President Biden delivered his first State of the Union address tonight at a moment of crisis in America and around the world. The president balancing his response to the war in Ukraine with the domestic challenges affecting the American people, from rising consumer prices to the pandemic. At a time of deep division in this country and devastating conflict around the world, President Biden sought a path to unity, with many lawmakers dressed in Ukraine's yellow and blue, as the president laid out what the U.S. and allies are doing to help the besieged nation and punish Russia. On the economy, the president focusing on strong job and GDP growth, but he acknowledged the challenges American families still face, vowing to ease soaring inflation. Biden also touted his historic nomination of the first black woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian brings us reactions from Montana's elected leaders on President Biden's State of the Union address.
On Tuesday night, President Joe Biden laid out what he saw as his administration's accomplishments over the last year and priorities for the next in his State of the Union address. Unsurprisingly, Montana's members of Congress had very different reactions to his speech. Democratic Senator Jon Tester praised the policies Biden outlined, saying in a statement, "America is at our strongest when we stand together, and I appreciate President Biden laying out his vision for how to unite Americans and keep our country safe. We need to remain focused on things that matter to Americans, like lowering the cost of gas and prescription drugs, while supporting our democratic ally Ukraine against Vladimir Putin's unprovoked invasion of their country. Putin's reckless actions also serve as a stark reminder of the cost of war, and I was proud to see President Biden announce his support of expanding health care and benefits for our nation's veterans living with military toxic exposures. We've got a lot of work to do in 2022, and I look forward to working with my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to lower costs and create jobs in Montana." But Republican Senator Steve Daines was highly critical of the administration's record in his response.
Under President Biden's leadership, the State of the Union is in jeopardy. In fact, over the last year, Biden has lacked leadership on the world stage. He's emboldened our adversaries and created an inflation crisis, a southern border crisis, and an American energy crisis, with Montana families paying a severe price. The president must take ownership for his first year of failures and stop putting the far left above Montanans. There is still time for Biden to right this ship, and I strongly encourage him to put politics aside and do so.
Montana's lone U.S. House member, Republican Representative Matt Rosendale, chose not to attend the speech, telling the Daily Caller he objected to the requirement that lawmakers get a COVID test to enter. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.